last year, again, high preseason expectations, man. Probably one game short of the postseason again. Massive turnover this offseason, probably the most you've had in your tenure. How have you and your staff adjusted to the turnover this offseason? Because I was talking to the commissioner yesterday. He's probably like, y'all's turnover this year probably 3 times more than the past 3 years combined for you guys.
Sure. No, it's closer to my first year than any time we've been there, and it is what it is. That's just the nature. I guess we had good players, you know. And that's the thing, is you just have to adjust, and we have to bring in the guys we feel fit us, and we'll see, you know, if we did a good job doing that.
When you look at the quarterback battle, what do you want to see from those guys year 2? Obviously, Luke comes back. You also brought in some grad guys. When do you want to announce a starter, and what growth have you seen from all these new additions and Luke this offseason?
Well, I think the offseason has been really good for everyone. Love the way this group works, not just the quarterbacks, but the whole group. I mean, you know, we finished the spring with a 3.2 GPA, which public institution, you know, football players, that doesn't happen very much. So there's something about this group, you know, and they'll do everything we ask them to do on and off the field. You know, quarterback-wise, got to have somebody just take over. That's the biggest thing. Somebody's got to take that job and take it, not be given it to them. You know, they've got to go take it. And I think one of them will emerge, and we'll go on from there. You know, a couple of different dynamics in that room, so it'll probably change the way we do some things depending on who the quarterback is. And, you know, we'll see.
When you look at the team, obviously we talked about the turnover. Are there 1 or 2 position groups on each side of the ball you feel most confident in, that you guys felt like y'all really did a good job recruiting and replenishing that room?
You know, I think offensively for us, it always starts up front. I think that's they have an opportunity to be a good unit. I think we've got 8, 9 guys to choose from that can help us. And then defensively, I think we did a good job of replacing the guys we lost on the back end. But I'm excited to see, you know, the next group of guys up front for us. It always goes back to us up front defensively. So, but I think those are a couple of different spots we have an opportunity to. May not be as good as we were, but I think we have an opportunity to be solid and very good in those spots. You know, and this group is going to have to. We're going to have to out-execute people and play our ass off, and that's as simple as it's going to be. I mean, we had 3 all-conference guys and got picked second, so they must think we're good football coaches or something. So, you know, but that's the thing. That's what this group will have to do week in and week out, is we're going to have to do the simple things better, and we're going to have to play like our hair's on fire every Saturday to go compete.
You kind of beat me to my next question. You look at all the turnover. You mentioned the lack of all-conference selections, but you guys are still preseason voted second.
I think these guys are trying to get me fired.
I was going to ask, do you think that's how much respect you've earned from these coaches?
Well, I mean, I hope so. I hope, you know, it's you play us, you got to beat us. You know, we've been a little unfortunate the last couple of years. We've gotten some guys injured at opportune times, you know, and that's no excuse. Don't get me wrong. We got to figure out a way to win football games, but you know what you get when you come to our place. You know what you get when we go on the road. I mean, you're going to have to play football, and you're going to have to play your best. And you know, we get everybody's best shot anyway, so it's always a lot of fun every Saturday.
You guys have not been shy about scheduling the best teams in the country. You guys open up Tennessee Tech preseason OVC Big South champs.
Yeah.
Tarleton was voted to win the UAC, and then you even got an FBS game in Memphis as well. How quickly does this team need to grow up when you look at the gauntlet that you guys start the season
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to have any choice. It's going to be the first month. I mean, you know, we got to get it figured out, and we got to get it figured out in a hurry. That's the thing, because there's not going to be a lack of quality people we're playing. You know, we traded Portland State for Tarleton State. I'm not sure how smart we are at the end of the day, but you know, that's the thing, is we got to give ourselves an opportunity to be seen and do that and do better, and we've got to win some of these games. We've got to figure out how to go on the road and scratch out wins and make them ugly and get it done.
The commissioner, and I've talked to him off the record about this yesterday, very, very vocal about the SoCon deserves more respect nationally. One bid last year was just not acceptable. What do you feel like this conference has to do to shift the public's perception of the round-robin schedule of the second, third place SoCon team getting the same benefit of the doubt as the Missouri Valley, the Big Sky, CAA, or whoever it may be? Yeah,
well, I mean, when you start talking about the Missouri Valley and the Big Sky, those are top-heavy teams, no question. I mean, they're top-heavy leagues. We got to get the politics and the finances out of it.
Right.
First and foremost. I mean, that's the thing is, no way, and I'm not knocking them, but no way Northern Arizona should have been in the playoffs last year over Western Carolina or us at the end of the day. When you go back and look at the so-called metrics they are supposed to be using to qualify teams for the playoffs, we had 3 teams that should have qualified for the playoffs. In the story. I mean, in the story. It doesn't matter what league you're in and all that. If those are the metrics we're going to use to judge these teams, then that's how it should be. It shouldn't be because they're in this league or that league or whatever. If we're going to use metrics, and we're going to use metrics, and you qualify in those metrics, you should be in the playoffs. It's as simple as that.
Coach, I believe you guys are the only team that hasn't had a losing record in your tenure since you've been in the SoCon. How have you and your staff balanced the non-negotiables in building a culture, along with trying to shift and adjust to this new age of college football? Because, Coach, it seems like every week I can interview next week and there's a new rule, a new law being passed. How do you and your staff stay flexible while also figuring out where you guys have to be firm?
Well, there are some non-negotiables no matter what. You do have to adjust to the climate. There's no question about that. But, hopefully what we've done previous years and the people we bring in do that for you at the end of the day. And we talk about it all the time as a team, and I talk about it all the time whenever I speak somewhere. It's no different than your business. You want a core group of people that always believe in what you're doing. And that's what, for the majority, whenever you bring guys from the outside in, transfers or high school kids or whatever it may be, that group in that building has to have your back. And I think that's one thing, knock on wood, we've done a pretty decent job of.
Coach, when you look at the conference overall and how competitive it is, what is it going to take for Chattanooga to get over that hump, man? Because you guys have been right at the precipice of the conference.
That's the thing, is we've been right there. We got to go win games, no question. We got to stay healthy, at the right times. We got to get a little luck. And that's what everybody, that's when you go win a league, that's what happens. And knock on wood, whether it's been me or something else, I've been bringing the bad luck down. So we're going to change that this year somehow, some way.